All right, so in my previous video, we saw how to process images in WhatsApp plus Manychat using AI, right? And the cool thing is we could do everything directly in Manychat. If you haven't seen the video, just check out my previous video. And we basically went down this path here, right? Where if the URL, that the content had JPEG, we would process it as image in Manychat, and then we could read credit cards, we could give it a prompt to read different, identify the computers or anything, right? The possibilities were endless. Now we're going to do the same thing with audio, right? So I missed a P here, process audio, there we go. For audios, we're filtering it if it's a URL, in other words, begins with HTTPS. And the audios right now, they're coming with .ogg file extension. So we are also filtering that to make sure it works properly, right? And then what we're doing is I say, okay, we're going to process the audio. These are all test messages, right? And basically we're doing the transcription, right? It's the easiest way to do it. You do the transcription, and then here at the end is where you'd connect the rest of your AI processing. Now, instead of having it with an audio message, your AI processing would go with a text message, right? Now, to do this, we cannot do it as we did with the images. We have to use something external. And in this scenario here, I'm using Boost Space, or make.com. It's the same thing, right? It's just a different name for the platform, but it's basically make.com. And I'm basically calling this scenario here, which I have set up, where I'm sending the URL of the file, and then I am mapping the response to this transcription variable that I have here on my Manychat. Okay, so let's see what's happening here and what is this make.com scenario. Basically, we have the receiving webhook, right, where we're sending the URL. Up next, we download the file. Okay, so the URL we get on the first webhook, we are downloading this file into the memory. And then when we do the create a transcription method for OpenAI, we are using the file that we obtained from the first step, from this step here, right? You see here, HTTP get a file. We're sending this file here so that OpenAI can process it. So the Whisper model, which is the one that does transcriptions in OpenAI, it requires that we send it a file, right? We cannot send the URL like we can with images. Okay, so that is mainly the reason why we have to get this out of Manychat and do it on something like make.com. So we can have this next step that we cannot do in Manychat, which is basically this one. Okay, and you can see here we are using the Whisper model, which is the transcription model for OpenAI, and we don't have any prompt here. Okay. Here we could put something like make a summary of it, translate it, or put it in this style, put it in this formatting, or whatever. In this simple scenario, we just want to make a simple transcription, so we're just leaving it without any prompt. OpenAI already knows that if it gets a file there, then it needs to do a transcription and just reply with the text, right? Oh, let me stop this here. There you go. So once we have the transcription, before returning it to the webhook, I'm just fixing up the text in case it has any characters that would break my JSON content. I just fix it up and just make sure it's coded properly. So we add this extra security step here so that it doesn't break. And lastly, we respond to the webhook with a 200 OK saying, okay, this was successful. And this is the response string that you got. Okay, that's basically it. This one last step here is just something on Boost Space that's necessary, but basically this would be your make.com scenario up to here, right? All here, this here would be your make.com scenario. Now let's see how this works. I have the live chat here, and let me open this up here. Let's do a simple transcription first. So I'm going to record an audio message here on my phone. Hey there, this is Gus recording a video in English for my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoy it. Cheers. I see how it does the transcription. So first of all, I see the audio message that I'm getting here. Then I see that file, the URL, and this is the transcription, right? Hey, there, this is Gus recording a video in English from my YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed. Cheers. Right? So this here again, the transcription is not very useful, right? But the next step, the next thing that we can do with it is, and the idea here is that once I have the transcription, once I have this in text, I can come here and connect this to my AI so that it generates a response, okay? And I have this prepared here with a Manychat ChatGPT module, the default one that comes with Manychat, right? And a very, very, very simple system prompt, just saying you're a helpful assistant, right? Not putting anything else there, just saying you're a helpful assistant, and I'm feeding it the user content, the audio transcription, and then I'm just storing the response in this variable here with the response, okay? This here, we are doing a very, very basic and simple example using Manychat's ChatGPT connection, but this here could be our Infinity template, it could be an assistant, anything that you have that will process AI in the text format, you can connect it here and generate an answer, okay? So let's see this at work, all right? And let me open here the live chat. So let me ask it for how to fly a kite, right? Give me 3 steps that I need to know to learn how to fly a kite. Right, so I send an audio message here. It's going to go into Manychat. Then it's going to go to make.com, get a transcription, and then finally it's going to my AI. Give me 3 steps that I need to know to learn how to fly a kite. And there we go, right? Choose the right location and weather, assemble and prepare your kite, and launch and control the kite. Right? You can see here, let's check the audio here. Give me 3 steps that I need to know to learn how to fly a kite. Right? Perfect. So I could also ask, what's the square root of 25? Let's see it here. There it is, the audio processing coming in there. What's the square root of 25? And then it should respond. There we go. It generated a response from me, right? So basically, we have a new superpower now with Manychat, WhatsApp, and the ability to process these audio and video and image messages. We can probably do something with video, to be honest. I haven't tried it yet, but I don't see that much need, to be honest, with video. But what I see most people is audio, right? People love audio messages on WhatsApp. And since we're processing everything with AI now, we had that limitation up to now where if the person sent an audio message, we couldn't do anything. Well, now that is solved, right? So yeah, this is the setup. We are also going to be creating a template out of this with a bit more error handling and a bit more steps than this, just to make sure that it is bulletproof and it doesn't break. And you can just plug and play and install on your bot. So check out this template. It will be available. And hope you enjoy it. And love to see what you're doing with your Manychat bots. And we'll see you in another video. Take care.